But basically, every Republican since Richard Nixon has run on a campaign of keeping down black people, suppressing the black vote, vilifying black people, trying to characterize all recipients in the United States of welfare as black people. Actually, most recipients of welfare are white people in this country. Of course, white people are numerically larger, but nonetheless. But what Donald Trump said yesterday, in speaking of countries that are majority black or largely black or majority Hispanic, what Donald Trump, it's just a variation of what he said about Mexican rapists. He just said out loud what these guys have been saying in code for 36 years. And I suppose to that extent, to the extent that Donald Trump is finally being honest about who he is and who his supporters are, and who all of his Republican enablers in the House and Senate, if they have not denounced this, who they are, we should thank him for just putting it out in the open. Because we've been doing this absurd two-step since the 80s. Really, since the early 70s, with Richard Nixon's war on drugs and all this kind of stuff. But then Reagan really amped it up with this whole welfare queen thing. These guys have been saying, oh, those black people, they're troublesome, they're inferior, they're not as smart, they're bad, blah, blah, and Trump just comes out and says it in a quite obscene way. Hillary Clinton was right. The people who support this man are deplorables. And I would add, clearly, anybody who has not now, as a consequence of what was just said, denounced, turned their back on, and walked away from Donald Trump, has just basically announced to the world that they're a racist.